Hello everyone, this is Miranda Dixon and I'm here with my submission for our final project for Strategies for Learning Through Play. Our final project was of course our prop box, and I'm excited to show you what's in mine today. The thematic unit that I chose is outer space, and as someone who has worked with children now for 18 years, I've learned that this is probably the most popular theme that we do throughout the school year. Children love outer space and they always want to learn more about it. I had a student in our class this year that once he learned that we were going to do an outer space unit was asking so many questions, and I love that. I love that they're excited about that and they want to learn all that they can about the sun, the moon, the stars, planets, astronauts, rockets, and everything else that they can think of. So I want to show you what's in our prop box to facilitate learning in our classroom, and maybe can give you some ideas as well. So let's get started. The very first item I have is a pair of black rain boots. And you may be asking, what's that have to do with space? But these are not just regular black rain boots. They are astronaut boots. So you can just get a pair of black rain boots at a thrift store, maybe have somebody donate them to you once their kid outgrows them, or however you want to do that. But it's kind of important to get a little bit bigger size than what the students in your classroom would wear. That way they can all fit into them and take turns and get to explore these as well. The kids love pretending like they're walking out on the moon in these space boots. So that's my first item. And then I am someone that works in a public school district, so we were able to get a couple of old Chromebooks. But if you can't get some old Chromebooks, you can try to find either an old laptop, old keyboard, or you can even print out a picture of a keyboard and laminate it, and they can use that as well. But the students can open these up, they can type on them, pretend they're at the NASA Command Center and they need to put in all their information for their space flight. The cards that I'm going to show you later, they can also practice spelling those words out on here. So it's great for letter recognition, number recognition, and also for some fine motor skills of using their fingers to work on these as well. The next item that I have is two of these space packs that they can wear. You just put them on like a little backpack, and these are from Lakeshore, and what I like about them is they're really kind of realistic. And so it says like there, here's your pressure, your blaster's engaged, oh no, you're near something you shouldn't be, protect yourself, and oh no, you're, gotta watch out for whatever that is. And so this is just really a great way to kind of teach them about the stuff that astronauts use in space. And they can put these on with their costume and just go explore. The next item that I have is the astronaut helmet. This is just says United States on it, has a little astronaut sticker on it. You can just find any sort of helmet or hat from the store and kind of make it into your own little astronaut helmet. But this has a little visor that can pull down over their eyes, and just kind of the realistic look for going to outer space. The next I have is the coveted astronaut's costume, uniform, however you want to call it. This is also kind of realistic as well. It just says, 100 space shuttle mission, and it has a little American flag patch, just like ours do at NASA. Has some zippers on there, so they can look like a real astronaut. And as a teacher, I want to say this is really adorable to see them wear this, and you have to take some pictures and show them to their parents, if they're allowed pictures, of course, because this is adorable. But it's also fun and realistic too, and have that astronaut experience. The next item is a space crew jacket. This is kind of just a little jacket they can wear, and this is good that if you have more than one student and they can't decide who's going to be the astronaut, you can be like, well, one of you can be the space crew member or the command center specialist. And it just has, like it says, space crew, a little American flag, a little astronaut, and just some regular buttons you would see. And they can wear this as well. And then I have a outer space little head cover with the cutout for their little face to see through. And they can wear this with either of those options of the space jacket or the astronaut suit as well. They can have this. And then I don't have this in my prop box. I have it to the side, but it all goes together. And that's what I have is some moon rocks. Now, of course, these are not real moon rocks or outer space rocks. They're just rocks you can get from the store. But the children can look at these. I have a couple of magnifying glasses in there as well so they can get a close-up look. You can also have paper and pencils out in your Dramatic Play Center, and they can draw the kind of rocks that they found, or they can write what they saw, what color they are, how they felt. Just a great little sensory activity as well. And then, as someone who loves language and literacy, I of course have some books to go as well. I have a book about planets, a book about the Earth, the sun, the moon, and life in space. So the children can read that as they're in the center, and they can decide, hey, I want to learn more about the moon. Let's go to the moon today. Or I want to learn more about Earth or the planets, and they kind of just learn the new vocabulary in those as well. And then I have their space observation checklist, and you can print these off online, but it just says stars, comets, sun, moon, earth, planets, asteroids, and then their new discovery. This can be anything that their imagination can come up with. Some may find a unicorn in space, some may find dinosaurs, some may find some person or a friend or family member out in outer space, but this is for them to come up with that topic and with that idea and just use some of that imagination and creativity. And you can just put a dry erase marker with this. And then lastly, I have just some pictures, and on the back they have the words, or that's what on the picture. For instance, this is craters of the moon, the actual moon. I have Mars, an astronaut, Saturn, a comet, Earth, the sun, the moon landing, and then a space shuttle. And they can practice writing these words that are written on the back, or they can look at the pictures and they can draw their own or describe the pictures, or just however they see fit. One thing I love about prop boxes and dramatic play is that there's so many ways to facilitate learning. I just want to share a few of those ways as well. Okay. For cognitive, they are learning about space. They're learning about something they may have not heard about before. They're fostering their imagination. They're problem solving. What happens if I got stuck on Mars? What would I do? Or what if this happens when I'm in my rocket? They're problem solving in their head. So it's a great skill to have and great to foster that. They're working on critical thinking skills, and then they're learning from the books that we're reading. For social and emotional learning, they are working as a team. They are building that teamwork and that fostering of working with another student or more than one other student, and how they can do that as well. They're deciding their roles. Who's going to be the astronaut? Who's going to be the command center specialist? Who's going to be my space crew? And all that kind of thing. They're deciding those roles together. This kind of goes along with that as well, but they're managing conflict. And that is something that children definitely need to learn early about how to positively manage conflict. And they're working on social skills. They're learning about how to work with others and how to be friends and just build that teamwork with other students. And then for physical and motor, they are walking on the moon, using those big motors, pretend there's no gravity, and they're flying around in space. They are really trying that out and just feel like, what if there was no gravity on Earth? What kind of movements would you have? That kind of thing. They're using their fine motor skills with the keyboard and the checklist, and learning those typing skills and writing what they see in space, and using their hand muscles in that. And then walking in those boots, they are also using their big gross motor skills with that. So there's different ways you can foster physical and motor development in a dramatic play center as well. And then for language and literacy, they're learning all this new vocabulary. They're learning the names of the planets. They're learning about stars and constellations. They're learning about the moon and sun and all this new vocabulary. And it's just a great way to build that up. They are using those checklists and learning to match that word with the picture, and this is what I'm looking for, and oh, these letters describe that picture, and then they're learning from the books, and that is just a great way as well to facilitate learning in the classroom. And one more thing I wanted to add, and this is completely optional, but we did it and the children really enjoyed it, is you can get freeze-dried fruits like bananas or strawberries, and you can have a taste test as well and pretend that it's astronaut food, and they kind of learn about this is what kind of food that they have to survive on when they go to space. And it's a great writing activity as well. They can describe the food or take a math poll about which one was their favorite. So I wanted to add that in as well. But that is my prop box, and I'm excited to show this to y'all and hopefully give you some ideas as well. And I hope that you enjoy it, and all of y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.